So they currently offer the test in 24 languages.
Yeah.
And do they allow people to translate for folks or no?
I don't know, like if it's a written test, which I did took some Iraqis over there, but they can use the computer, so they do the written test in a paper, in Arabic. So they do the test, and they want to do it like that, same, because they don't know how to use the computer. So it's much easier for them if they do it in a piece of paper than doing it on the computer.
Okay. How do they do their road test?
They're good.
No, but I'm saying when the Iraqis who don't speak English, do they do their road test in English or does someone translate?
Somewhat. I did translate for a couple of people.
So when the state policeman gets in the car, you translate it? And you translate it?
So I tell them to stand there, so I translate for them.
And they allow you to do that?
Yeah. So, and the other thing is that there's a major disaster right now going on because these people, they lost their jobs. Then we had to reapply for them for the welfare. And it's taking a while. Some of them they already received, some of them never received yet, but they're still on a waiting list. It takes a while, maybe I think 30 days to be approved. And they lost their jobs. They can't pay their rent. Some of them are up for evictions. And no any other income right now. The jobs they're working is not here in East actually. It's in Westboro, Northboro, Westboro. That's the factory jobs, They can't get like a decent job here to work here in Worcester, so they have to look for warehousing and factories, which is out of Worcester. So it's really hard for them to travel, and there's no public transportation that's going to the area.
So the folks who, how many people are currently working? Are none of the folks currently working?
Tulikuwa tunafanya kazi lakini kazi hatufanyi kwa sababu usafiri hatuna.
We used to work, but right now we're not working because of driving license.
Mabasi yetu wanaanza kutupatia malay off. Sasa tuende kazi. Yeah, that's why.
And then is it welfare or unemployment they applied for?
Yeah, well,
If they were laid off, they would apply for what's called unemployment. If you're not eligible
the
for
ones who are
unemployment.
laid off unemployment, the ones who left because of lack of transportation, they're not eligible for unemployment.
The truth, yeah.
Those are the ones who did apply welfare assistance for them.
Are they eligible for welfare?
Yeah.
And so what the
Yeah.
problem is it just they're not being processed fast enough, or you said they
The
had to
welfare,
wait?
no, it process, that is their rules actually.
It takes 30
yeah,
days.
Yeah, so that is something that nobody can change it.
Mhm.
But the ones who are getting unemployment, also unemployment, it takes a while to be approved. I've been
But then you'll
talking
get a
to the
retroactive check, though.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been talking to the landlords, trying to make them understand the situation. Some landlords who are very cooperative, but some of them, they didn't want to listen. Some of them took them to court also. And the main issue, the main problem is the translation. Not only they're having a lot of translation and interpretation issues in this area.
Well, I guess on the driver's license, certainly I could communicate with Rachel Coprelian, who's the director of the R&B, to see if there's a possibility that they could do a translated test. I'd have to communicate with her and find out if they're open to adding additional languages. So it's Swahili and Somali. So I'd be happy to follow up her on that. And then are you doing ESL stuff here at this?
I did now.
And who teaches ESL?
I have two students from
Student volunteers.
Central College, and another lady, she lives in Shrewsbury.
Okay.
My husband is a doctor at Children's Hospital. So
Okay.
we do 4 days a week.
Okay. How many people in this room have kids in public school? Are they gonna show, they raise their hands?
I don't know which
The school department has been meeting with organizations like yours, and if you have at least 10 people who have children in public schools, they will provide a licensed ESL instructor and materials to run an ESL program at your location. And I'm sure those volunteers are fine, but to get someone who's actually, and then we'll help them so they can take the test.
It was apparently the school is paid for it.
Oh, it's paying for
I went to
Sergio?
Sergio, yeah, and he's doing this for me.
Okay, so he's paying for the instructor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all set. So it's his instructor, it's not a volunteer. I thought you were saying it was a volunteer.
The school, the student, she's a volunteer.
Okay, but who is the school department paying?
The other lady.
Okay, so she works for the school
Yeah.
department.
She
Okay.
doesn't work for the school department. She doesn't work for the school department. She's an ESL teacher, also volunteer at WCAC.
But is she running you said you met with the school department, and they said they do not provide a teacher in books? I'm confused. Or there's a volunteer?
He asked me if they should bring it or we bring our own teachers. So I said I will bring our own teachers.